Hello, everybody. This is Mayor Buckley speaking with you this evening. It's Saturday, March the 14th. We're at City Hall, and I'm going to give you an update on where we're at with the coronavirus, COVID-19, and some of the steps that have already been taken by the city to minimize risk to our employees and to all of you. So, yesterday we had a department head meeting at 1 o'clock, and it lasted an hour and a half, and we talked about several things concerning this matter. But at the end of the meeting, a decision was made to, effective today, to close our Senior Citizen Center and the Hornet Park Community Center until Monday, April the 13th. Those were hard decisions, especially at the community center, because we feed people, and that's dear to all of us. But in the best interest of public safety, it was decided that these two buildings need to close. If you depend on transportation with the senior center, you can call the senior center beginning Monday for transportation. They're only going to take one or two at a time. Now, if they pick you up for transportation, they are going to ask you a series of questions. Some of these questions are: do you have a fever? Are you running a temperature? Are you feeling well? Do you have a family member that is sick? Are you coughing or sneezing? If you answer yes to any of those questions, they're probably going to decline your transportation. And that is for their personal safety as well. And then after each transportation, they are going to wipe their affected areas down. So that's something that we want to continue, but it's in the best interest to close the center. As we are all aware, those who are older, 60 and older, are much more susceptible to illness and the seriousness of this due to their age, and especially if they have a pending health condition. So we want to try to mitigate that and stop it. So, but if you have questions concerning the senior center, you can call 788-4984. Our friends out at the community center have set up a drive-through meal for Wednesday, so that will be from 4:30 to 6:30 out in the parking lot of the community center. It's a really wonderful thing that they do, but in the event the building is closed now, they still want to reach out and help. So those two buildings are closed. We have also issued an executive order concerning the Department of Public Works, the police department, and both fire stations, that effective immediately and until further notice, those buildings are not open to the general public. Those are closed. We have to take care of our employees. It is important that our service continues as a city, but we have to protect them. And if our employees start to get exposures, then we are really in trouble. City Hall, as of right now, is still open, but there will be modifications made to where you may not, or you may be allowed to come in the building. Right now, as we speak, there are signs up at City Hall. They're yellow signs, but they have the same writing. And it reads from the city of Beech Grove: if you present the following conditions, do not enter this building. And it says if you have a fever, if you are running a temperature, if you are not feeling well, if a family member is sick, if you are coughing or sneezing, if you have traveled out of state within the last 24 hours, we will not allow you to come into the building. If you answer yes to any of these, If you answer no to all of these, then you will be allowed to come in. That is a protective measure for the employees that work here at City Hall. Our compliance division and fire prevention division who work out of City Hall, they can work from their home, and we will allow that during this time period. So we're going to take a break here and reset, and then we're going to come back and talk to you about the services that we provide and how we are going to modify some of those services. Thank you. We're back, and I want to talk to you about the types of services that we provide to you every day that we all take for granted versus protecting our employees. Obviously, our police and firemen and DPW workers cannot work from home. They have to come to work. And we are very interested in not compromising our service. We want to continue to provide these good services to you, but we have to protect the employee. So you may see some modifications in how we help you. For instance, if you call 911, you are going to get a series of questions about how you feel. And then they are going to dispatch our ambulance. Please, if you call 911 and you think you have the flu, tell the dispatcher, I think I have the flu. I think I have flu symptoms. That will give our people a heads up. And you're not going to see a fire truck and an ambulance come to your house. You're going to see an ambulance, and you're going to see one person come up to your door. And that person may have a mask on or may have glasses on, safety glasses on, and they're going to talk to you. And they might ask you to come out. You're not going to see the police department. I don't think the police department is going to respond to this. They will respond if the fire department needs help. But on a normal emergency run during these conditions, I doubt very seriously if you see a police officer on the scene. And I got to tell you, I don't blame them. We have to protect them. Now, you see the Department of Public Works people every single day. And I think we provide the best city services around, including trash pickup, a mattress disposal, and heavy trash pickup, brush pickup. But during this time, we have to take protective measures against these gentlemen getting an exposure. It's not an airborne virus that we're dealing with. It's when they come into contact with surfaces. When they pick up your trash, they are very susceptible to an exposure. So we set them down at the end of last week, and the director went through some things with them. They're going to change out gloves every day. They're going to do some other things. And they know what not to do and what to do. But you have to help us. You have to make sure that your trash is in the tote so to where they do not have to grab it. Also, I want to talk to you about sanitary sewers. This is a really, really dangerous exposure for the guys out of DPW, especially Phil, who oversees the sewer system every single day. The exposure to this virus is tremendous in the wastewater that we all produce. So, until further notice, he has been instructed not to open a manhole unless it is absolutely necessary for the operation of the system. We can't afford to take that risk. So here's where you, the public, can help us. For whatever reason, we can't keep toilet paper on the shelves. Everybody and their brother has grabbed every roll of toilet paper around. My wife and I was in Kroger's today. There's no toilet paper. And what is driving that, I'm not really sure. But please do not use paper towels and napkins as an alternative to toilet paper. It is much thicker than toilet paper and takes much longer to dissolve, and probably will end up in your lateral and not move into the system itself, causing you backups. So please help us. Do not use paper towels and napkins as an alternative to toilet paper. Toilet paper is designed to immediately dissolve and flow through the system. So these are some of the things that I wanted to talk to you about as we get going over the next couple of weeks. You will see modifications in the ambulance response, the police department responding with the ambulance. You may see, and we hope not, but you may see a difference in trash pickup. These guys are professional and they are adamant about getting your trash, but we have to protect all of our people. So we're going to be doing some more work in the next couple of weeks to further protect our employees. We have to. That they are a valuable asset to this city and to all of us. So I'm going to come back in a couple minutes and wrap up and talk about how you can protect yourself. So we'll be right back. I want to close out the conversation I'm having with you with a couple of items. It's important that all of us live our life and take normal hygiene measures. Wash your hands. Avoid large crowds temporarily. If you are sick, stay home from work. And if you have a chronic condition like heart disease, diabetes, COPD, please stay home. This will pass in time, and we can all get back to our normal lives. The governor has issued a directive for crowds over 250. We have been advised to have separation if we have tables. We have been advised more than 10 people should not be allowed to congregate in one area. So these are all things that we have to take into consideration. And for the folks who live in our beautiful city, when it comes time to pay your sewer bill, we ask that you help us by doing one of two things. Number one is don't bring your sewer bill in for payment. Drop it off in the night box. Or we're going to talk to the Jim, the clerk treasurer. We're going to talk about providing a box that you can drop your payment in. Or mail your payment in. That way you avoid contact with us and we avoid contact with you. So those are a couple things that you can help us do over the next couple of weeks to minimize your risk of an exposure. Also, our Board of Public Works and Board of Sanitation meet on Monday, March the 16th for a normal meeting. We do plan on conducting business that night, but I ask that the public stay home. Our department heads who generally attend that meeting, and we have some engineering consultants that were supposed to attend that meeting. I have advised them not to come to this meeting. This meeting will not last more than 15 minutes. So in the interest of personal protection for the citizens of Beech Grove and the board members, I ask that you not attend this meeting. I don't like to do that because you have a right to know what's going on with your city, but Tim is going to be there and he is going to film it just like he's with me tonight, and we can make sure you get the message. So I'll come back in a couple days and we'll talk again to update you on where we're going. But just keep in mind, we are adamant about continuing to serve you, but we also have to take care of our greatest asset, and that is the employees of this city. So good night, everybody.